Good morning. Let me disclose something to you that you may not have known. When PF was in power and President Edgar Lungu, even President Sata, actually I started with Sata. If there is a president that recruited me, it was Michael Chilufya Sata. I had, earlier on I was criticizing President Sata. And at one point he called me and shouted at me. Then he called me to State House and he told me to say, look, you have got so much energy, but instead of you attacking me every day, Wabuka attacking me, every day Wabuka attacking me, you are supposed to be a patriot. You're supposed to be a patriot to protect your country. You don't protect your country by always attacking your president. You instead protect the president. And if there is something that is wrong, you come to me and tell me. And he said, here is my phone number. So you should keep it. And if there is anything, you should call me and tell me. Instead of you, per social media, you should be coming to me and telling me about some of these issues. And I had this relationship with him, whereby certain things I would be able to talk to him. Vasata, you would send him a text message, he would get back to you. Even Ubushiku, he would get back to you. And when President Edgar Lungu came in, I'm the one that approached State House, actually. I approached President Edgar Lungu to say, you know what, I want to be helping you to make sure that, some of these issues, I'm able to respond to them, sort of like trying to protect the president in a way. And I was doing that. So it has just become part of me. It's not that I was being paid, like every month I was being paid. No, nothing. Of course, time and again, a little money will be sent to you. But it was not like a full-time job where every month you are getting paid. No, it wasn't like that. Now, I am so much used this time around that in the night, I do scan social media to see what people are talking about. I do read the papers to see what people are talking about, to sort of like get the feel of what is currently going on in society. I am used. I'm not, right now, I don't have any agreement with President Hakainde Hichilema, but I'm used to sort of like feel what are people saying, what are people talking about. This is why you find that most of the times I am very much aware of a number of things that are happening in the country. I've created a system of knowing what is happening in the country and the sentiments of the people. And today, after going through, various, media platforms, reading the papers, I must say that I feel for President Hakainde Hichilema. And I'm saying this genuinely, I feel for President Hakainde Hichilema today. Why do I feel, I'm scared for him somehow. I'm scared for him somehow that this will be a very rough 5 years. And if he doesn't handle it well, he might not actually win the 2026 general elections. This I am saying truly out of patriotism, not devoid of any malice or whatever it is that you may think, any negative vibe that you may have. It is out of good intention. What is happening in the country, and I can see that it is growing. It is growing. The expectations of people are very high. And somehow, I don't see that people don't seem to be patient. People don't seem to be patient. It's like it is growing over and over. It is building up. The discontentment is somehow building up. By UPND, and those of you who are somehow in the inner circles, I want you to listen to me very, very well. I mean well. There is a discontentment that is gradually growing. Gradually growing. And the beautiful thing is that it is actually growing, starting with the UPND supporters themselves. It is starting with the UPND supporters themselves. Then, apart from that, we also have the other general public. The general public, like the civil servants, those people who are just working, the students, the farmers, just the general public. There is high expectation, and they are also becoming a little bit already, I must use this word, already they are becoming frustrated. Then apart from that, there is this criticism. There is a serious propaganda that is coming against President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND. Propaganda is mounting. Propaganda is mounting. Hey, I'm telling you, it's not going to be an easy one. Now, let me start with the first one. The discontentment. The impatience. The other night, I don't know if it's last night. No, it's not last night. The other night, I watched a video of Lilian Mutambo. Those of you who don't follow Lilian Mutambo or who want to confirm what I'm talking about, go on Lilian Mutambo's page. You know, the one who stood as independent in Munali. Lilian Mutambo, she's very active on social media. And I must say, she has a following. Lilian Mutambo has a following. But go and watch the video that she did in the night before yesterday. In that video, she expressed her discontentment. She just spoke. And from the way she was talking, it's not that she was talking just for herself. She was speaking for many other PF or UPND supporters. She was very categorical. She said she feels left out. She feels left out, and she feels a number of UPND members have been left out. Some of the people that she spoke about is Mutinta Mazoka, the mother, the widow to late Anderson Mazoka, the wife of late Anderson Mazoka, the founder of UPND. She spoke about that woman. She also spoke about Mutinta Mazoka, the daughter, who wanted to stand, the one who was fighting with Jack Mwimbu, and she was not adopted. Then she also spoke about these musicians. Then she spoke about, the general membership. And her message was very clear. Her message was, she feels already President Hakainde Hichilema has not taken care of these people. That's how she feels. And she feels President Hakainde Hichilema has taken newcomers on board, leaving out the people that were with him, who have been with him, including the founder members of the party. That's what she was talking about. And she really said, she went to a great length propounding this point. And if you think of it, in all honesty, she's actually right. Unfortunately, she's actually right. To some extent, of course, to some extent. Certain things, of course, you'd say, but okay, this is a little bit too much. Like she spoke about ward chairman. She's saying ward chairman, I'm expecting ward chairman to be driving, If 2 years, by 2 years they're not driving, I don't know if she said 2 years or 6 months, they're supposed to be driving. According to her, she's saying, this is our time. We're supposed to enjoy ourselves. We have suffered enough. We lost our businesses. We were being victimized. We couldn't work. We couldn't do business under PF. Now, We are in power, so things should change. And that sentiment, I am very sure, it runs across many members of the UPND. Many members of the UPND. She spoke even to people like Mwalitet. And we can't pretend. Let us not pretend. And I know that a lot of UPND members are expecting to be appointed. They are expecting something. They are expecting something. And let's face it, I will be very honest to those who are around the presidency, that so far the presidency already seem to be closed up. Already we can see that President Hichilema has already fallen into the trap of those who were there, those whom he was criticizing. I don't know how many of you are able to talk to President Hakainde Hichilema today. I know of people who are very close to him, who are actually failing to speak to Hakainde Hichilema. So there are some of you who are actually looking for employment. Those of you who are not UPND, who are outsiders. I know that some of you are busy following some of these people who are staunch UPND members and hoping that through them you are going to get employment, through them you are going to get what and what. I want to tell you, especially those of you who are giving out money, I heard somebody was telling me, somebody gave a lot of money to one of the senior UPND members. I want to tell you that please relax, because these people that you are giving money, they are also looking for opportunities. They are also looking for opportunities. At the moment, there are very few people that have got access to President Hakainde Hichilema. And I don't know how he can do this, how he can handle this, but I want to sound a warning. I'm sounding a warning to President Hakainde Hichilema and those people around him that, hey, already you are being alienated. You are being closed up already. I don't know how you can do it, but this is the situation. And where we are coming from, we have had people complaining to say the president is not accessible. This is what we have been having. The president is not accessible. We can't talk to the president. And members, even the close members, are already feeling this. It is just a warning that I'm putting there. I don't know how he's going to do it, but there is this, something is growing up. These people will become frustrated. Mwaliteta will become frustrated. So many other people, I'm just mentioning Mwaliteta, just as an example, not that whatever, just an example. Mutinta will become frustrated. Lydian will become frustrated. Before we know it, they will be thinking, what did we suffer for? Why did we suffer? Why did we go through all those years? For what? Why did we go through all that? What is there for us? The issue of removing cadres, I tell you, it's not easy. Leadership is not easy. Yes, we don't need cadres in the bus stations. We don't need cadres in the bus stations. But unfortunately, somewhere, somehow, there are people that were surviving through cadreism. When PF was there, they were admiring their friends to say they are enjoying. They are enjoying. And they looked forward for them to be in power so that they can also enjoy. Now UPND is in power, and all of a sudden HHR said, no, you are not going to benefit the same way that these guys were benefiting. The question is, how are they going to benefit? I am not supporting cadreism. No, I am trying to open the mind of you people in the UPND. How are these guys in the markets, in the bus stations, how are they going to survive? How are they going to feel we are benefiting? Because yes, you have told them they shouldn't go to the bus and they shouldn't be getting money through this manner. The question is, how are they surviving? How are they going to survive? This is a challenge. This is a challenge. And for a political party to survive, the members must be able to feel we are benefiting. There is no one who is going to chant political party slogans if they are not benefiting. Economic and Equity Party, most of you say it is a one-man party. It is a one-man party because Economic and Equity Party does not have resources to sustain its members. It doesn't have resources to sustain its members. The political parties that you have, that you see, which are big or attracting numbers, they have some resources to sustain members. It's not that Economic and Equity Party, it's a lousy party, we don't have vision and everything. No. It is the resources to sustain the political party members. And at the moment, the UPND members, they seem lost. They don't know, how are they going to survive? How are they going to survive? So there is this problem. Of course, to some extent, they are justified. To some extent, of course, they are not. But the fact is, if we just have to look at politics, the fact that a political party is in power, its members, they want to benefit everywhere. Even in America, those people that went and protested at Capitol Hill, when Donald Trump was losing, it's because of the benefits that they had. It's because of the benefits that they had. There is no one anywhere in the world. Of course, the levels are different. In other developed countries, people are not so desperate. But here, politics is like a livelihood. Politics is like a career. It's a profession. You get paid through politics. You survive through politics. And if politics is not giving you that, then you say this political party is useless. So, by UPND, President Hakainde Hichilema, how are you going to look after your members? You are in State House. How are you going to look after your members? And this has to happen as soon as possible. Unfortunately, it has to happen as soon as possible. It has to happen as soon as possible. And fine, it's not possible that it can happen tomorrow. But since it can't happen tomorrow or the next day, you need to engage the people. You need to engage the UPND. You need to engage the members. You can't just keep quiet on your members. You are quiet on your members. You need to engage your members. You need to engage your members. Give them hope. Give them hope. So far, President Hakainde Hichilema is saying very beautiful things as a Republican president. But the fact is, he's also a president of the UPND. And these members, they are anxious. Those who suffered for a long time, they are anxious. It's time that they are engaged. It's time that they are given hope before they get so frustrated. It is true. They suffered. They suffered. Some of these people, like the musicians, those, what is that? That group. There's that group of musicians. They couldn't perform anywhere. They couldn't perform anywhere, especially from 2016 to 2021. They were blacked out. They were just suffering. They couldn't, because they came out, all the musicians that came out to sing for President Hakainde Hichilema, they were blacked out. They were blacked out. Now, UPND is in power. What are they getting? What have they gotten so far? They were even fighting to go and perform at the National Assembly. They wanted to perform at the National Assembly so that they get recognition, so that maybe they can get something. That was the hope. They couldn't get that. That's why they complained. And they are justified for you. They're justified. PF, after winning 2016 general elections, then JK and all the group, I met them at the airport. I met them at the airport. I think I was coming from Ethiopia. As I was coming down, I found JK and his friends. They were about to board a plane, going for holiday. Soon after the elections. Soon after the elections. What about these UPND members? What about these UPND members? What's there for them? I know President Hakainde Hichilema is a Republican president, is for all of us, but unfortunately, these people need to feel they have something. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you need to address these people. You need to address these people. Failure to which these people who will turn against the UPND, they will not see the benefit of being part of the ruling party. They may go quiet and they'll start looking which political party. They may even go to the PF. So that is on the first part. But I'm saying this, not that I am criticizing Hakainde Hichilema. I feel for him. I know it's not easy. But it is something worth pointing at. It is something worth pointing at. And it needs to be addressed. Somehow, quickly. Otherwise, the next point is the general public. The general public, the Zambians, those who went and voted, because Hakainde Hichilema was not just voted for by the members. He was largely voted for by the general public. He was largely voted for by the civil servants. The civil servants who are grappling with issues of, debt. The civil servants who are grappling with, money not being paid to them. They have got the government is owing them a lot of money. HH was voted for by people who have not been paid. Like some of these students, they did to my jobs with government. Some of them, they were registering people. Some of them, they were, different to my jobs. Some of them, they work with statistics, central statistics. Some of them worked with the, the office of the vice president. There are a number of these to my young people that did a lot of things. Registering of voters, registering of voters, they may have been paid. But those NRCs, they did this to my jobs. A number of them did this to my jobs. And they haven't been paid yet. They haven't been paid. The civil servants, some of them, they've got so many allowances. They haven't been paid. They were anxious. Lately, the new government came in and they were hoping they will be paid. Then the prices of commodities, I'm telling you, it's not an easy one. These are real. These are things which were there. If you want, you can say these are things which were promised. The commodities, the prices of commodities, the cooking oil, the mini meal, bread, And these things, unfortunately, people are expecting. They are expecting that, prices of things will go down. Even the issues of fertilizer. We are almost in the planting season. And I went to buy fertilizer. I was buying fertilizer over the weekend, for my garden. Fertilizer is still very high. And we are back in planting season. People need to start buying fertilizer. What about the FISIP? Farmer support input. What's going to happen? This is the time, because October, this is September. Today is mid-September. October, people should start stocking up these things. Unfortunately, things are still high. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm saying this not to criticize the man, to say, no, you said this, no, you do this. I'm not that kind of a person. I'm reasonable. I'm reasonable. I'm reasonable. But the point is, I am highlighting what I am feeling in the general public. That's what I'm highlighting. And these things need to be addressed. The you saw one of the headlines in the Times, in the Daily Mail. It's saying debt swap has been suspended. Debt swap has been suspended. So okay, debt swap has been suspended. People this month will go and get paid, those who were benefiting, because not everybody was benefiting, but some were benefiting. So those who are not benefiting, they were complaining that they were left out. And those who were benefiting now, that will go out. It is a mess. It is a mess. And the President Hakainde Hichilema was talking about, no, we are going to increase the salaries of all civil servants. You know, we were going to increase the salaries of all civil servants. And that was a proposal for him of how to sort out this issue of them going to microfinances. But clearly, it is not possible that they are going to increase salaries. And if anything, they have freezed in terms of adjustments of emoluments. It has been frozen. But these people, they are expecting this today. They are expecting this today. The civil servants are expecting something today to happen. Month end is coming. They will be expectant. They will be crying. So, this is a big problem. It's a big problem, and I am not in any way suggesting that this thing should happen now. But much as I am saying that, I am highlighting the fact that people are expecting. People are expecting these things. And I always say politics is about perceptions. Politics is about perceptions. Because when these things are quiet, there is nothing that is happening and government is not saying anything. Government is not saying anything. Government is quiet about these things. Government, you can't keep on saying, no, we are going to turn around the economy. We are going to turn around the economy. There is an immediate expectation that you need to address. Specifically, talk about it. Talk about what are you looking in terms of these commodity prices? If they are going to reduce, in what time? How long should people wait? This is how you have to keep on negotiating with people. By the fact that you're in State House doesn't mean that you need to stop negotiating with people. You need to keep negotiating with people. People will soon start saying, we are not going to eat your words. We are not going to eat your promises. We want action now. We want action now. So you need to address these issues. The UPND needs to address these issues. They need to address these issues. They need to address these issues. I cannot keep on saying, no, let's give him time. Let's give him time. I'm not even UPND. I'm not even UPND. And when I'm saying, no, let's give him time, how much time? I can't respond to say, no, let's give President Hakainde Hichilema time. And then when I'm asked how much time, I don't know. I don't know. So there is a vacuum around there. There is a vacuum. And I've been saying this to say, you need a PR. You need somebody that will keep on negotiating with people. This is why, for me, I really thought Gary Nkombo would have been best at the Ministry of Information. We need somebody that is able to be handling people. You can't keep people quiet. I'm telling you, one day in politics is long enough, because one day, just within a day, you can upset people to change, not to vote for you or vote for you. You can, in one day, a person can turn around and be against you. There was we have been told that, what is this? This mine, QFM, QFM, am I right? Or FQM. This mine in the Copper Belt, where people, I'm told about 200 people were fired or suspended, whatever it is. Those who almost went on strike. And government is quiet. Because government government is already there, and these issues are already happening. Somebody has to say something. They need to hear the direction of government. They need to hear the direction of government. We have people already who are working with these Chinese. Government is already in place. They want to hear what is the direction of this government. There are people who are closed up in some places, isolated due to COVID, and they are being used by the Chinese. Somebody has to say something. What are you saying about these people? These issues are here now. People cannot wait until the time the economy is turned around. These things are here now. What is the policy? Somebody has to be talking. Somebody has to say something. Has to say something. The quietness of the government at this point in time is not good. It's not good. And with all that put together, we now have propaganda coming in. That is the third point, the propaganda coming in, where people now are pulling out those statements that President Hakainde Hichilema said, the tweets that he used to, the postings on social media, they are bringing them up. You said you are going to sell the jet and give money to students. I mean, already we have students at Mulungushi University who are crying that they have been left out and government is quiet. What are you waiting for? There is a situation already at Mulungushi University. There is a situation as I'm talking. We have a number of students who are upset that they were left out. That they were left out of the sponsorship. We also have students University of Zambia right now, they will soon start writing AMA exams. And some students, they are owing, and they will be told you can't write your exams. Government is quiet. Because already things are supposed to be pointing that direction. Schools have opened, even the secondary schools, we have boarding schools and whatever. And some of the students are being denied food at their boarding houses, at the schools, because they haven't paid this and what and what. Direction must come in. I'm not saying do it. At least you need to give direction. If you are going to say, no, okay, for now you are going to pay, but starting January, this will be the situation. Policy direction. What are you doing? You are talking about, no, we need to, everyone must be educated. But we have got a situation at Mulungushi University right now. And we have a situation which I know because my daughter is at university and I know they are preparing to write my exams. And soon we will have a number of young people at university who are failing, who will be told, no, you can't write exams because you haven't paid. What is the policy direction? So that propaganda now, you can imagine when propaganda is coming in to say, Fiabufi, all these things he was saying, he was just lying. Sooner than later, people will start believing the propaganda that Hakainde Hichilema did not mean what he said. And we should not even trust him with what he's saying now. Propaganda is mounting. Politics is about perceptions. If people lose confidence now, whatever you'll be doing going forward, it will be difficult to turn people around. When people lose confidence in you, it is very difficult to turn them back and restore that confidence. It is very difficult. Propaganda is coming. Propaganda is catching up. I heard Muitwa saying, no, we are not going to sell the jet because it belongs to ZAF. But this was said before. So who has gained here? Where are the points? Is it the PF or is it the UPND? You are losing. You are losing. You have started losing already. Believe you me, you have started losing already. I am saying this out of good intention. Out of good intention. Not that I am interested in what or what or what. No. If I had my way, I would want President Hakainde Hichilema to finish this term and add another term. If I had a way, I would want Hakainde Hichilema to finish this term and add another term. My argument is that changing governments every 5 years is not progressive for a country. It's not economic for the country. You need to give people time to start their policies, their projects, and finish them. And within 5 years, and this might not be possible within 5 years. So we need to allow governments, it doesn't matter which government, to be able to start, take root, and grow whatever they start. But if UPND does not wake up to address the frustrations that is already mounting among its members, if UPND does not respond quickly to some of the issues, the immediate issues that people are grappling with right now, the issues of hunger, the issues of high cost of things, the issues of fertilizer farming inputs, the issues of those students who are struggling to pay their school fees, whatever it is, when they went and voted on the premise that they are going to have free education. The issues that civil servants are expecting to have liberation from the debts that they owe, and being able to manage from their salaries. The issues that young people, those who are not educated, are sitting at home right now, and yet almost a month of the government, there is no hope that they will get a job. These issues, if they are not addressed now, you used to talk about them when you were in the opposition. You used to talk about them. Now that you are in power, you need to start talking to these people, to these issues, not in general terms. Let us stop talking in general terms. Start addressing issues. Point at Mulungushi University, mention Mulungushi University, and give a policy direction. Mention these universities, UNZA, Copperbelt University. Mention them and give direction. The issues of debt of civil servants, mention that problem and talk about it. The issues of minimum price, mention it and talk about it. Cooking oil, mention it, talk about it. Fertilizer, talk about it. Sugar, talk about it. The issues of nurses, medical personnel who have been trained, who are not employed, mention these issues and talk about them. Teachers who are expecting to be employed, mention them and talk about them. Start talking in specificity. Be very specific on some of these issues than talking in general terms. Because the discontentment, the frustration is mounting. Respond to the propaganda that is coming in and respond intelligently. Respond to the propaganda that is coming and respond intelligently and honestly. Because the way I'm seeing the propaganda, the way people are responding to the propaganda that is coming, you said this, but you're not doing it. You are lying. The way you are responding to Sean Tembo is not the right way. What Sean Tembo is talking about is being liked. Look at how Sean Tembo is being liked by the general public. They like what Sean Tembo is talking about. Don't respond to Sean Tembo by shutting him up. No. No. You won't shut Sean Tembo up. If anything, you will just build him up. Respond to him in such a way that, people will be like, okay, so now what? They have given you the answer. But not by shutting him up. There are people who are saying, no, he has asked a legitimate question. Why can't you respond to that legitimate question instead of saying you are talking too much? Because of what and what? That won't help. That won't help. But at the end of it all, I must say that these things, they are easier said than done. And I'm sure President Hakainde Hichilema has learnt that. That's why for me, I tend to be reasonable and careful when I'm criticizing. Because I don't want to be that president when I'm in State House and people, you'll be saying, but you said this, you said this. I know to turn around the country is not easy. To leadership, to run people is not easy. So I tend to be humble and careful when I'm offering criticisms. But at this point in time, I know it is not easy for President Hakainde Hichilema. Like when you talk about appointments, where is he going to take all the UPND members? There are many. There are many. But where is he going to take them? How is he going to absorb them in this government? How? And yet he's talking about spending less, running a lean government. So how is he going to handle it? And yet many people are expectant. I feel for him. I really feel for him. Turning around things overnight is not easy. He needs to talk to people. But what is he going to say? He needs wisdom. He needs the inspiration of God. Essentially, I'm just saying, I feel for President Hakainde Hichilema today. And I hope he can rise to the occasion to these things that I'm talking about, because people are expecting answers. People are coming to me, they're phoning me, but Tayali, oh, this, and I'm telling them, no, wait, give time to this government. No, this is, I say, no, give time to this government. But I'm wondering, for how long am I going to keep telling these people to say, give time to this government? How long? For how long? They need to hear from those who are in government. I'm not in government. I'm not in government. Somebody from government needs to up their game and respond to these people. If you don't, the confidence will erode, and eventually you will have a difficult time to win the 2026 general election. Let me get back to my other business.